So I've got another guitar for sale. This time it's a Jackson guitar, just there. And this model is the Jackson Dinky DK2M, made in Japan from between 2006 and 2010. I'm not sure exactly when this one was made because I'm not an expert on Jackson serial numbers. I'll run you through the specs from headstock to sort of body, and then I'll talk about price, pro points, and kind of con points about this instrument. Starting from the top, we've got the Jackson logo in black. All the binding, the inlay work, and indeed the hardware is black on this instrument. So it's just a running theme. We've got a locking nut up here. We've got 6 inline Jackson branded die-cast tuners, a maple neck, which is a one-piece rock maple with a maple fretboard. We've got a scarf joint on the neck, you can see it there, which just adds stability to the headstock neck joint. As we go down, we've got 24 jumbo nickel frets, and again you can see that black binding. Moving into the body, you can see the construction method is indeed, with all Jackson Dinkies, a bolt-on with a very thin neck joint and a cutaway here to give great access to the upper frets. The body itself is made out of alder, and it has a flame maple veneer on the top of it, which you can see through the transparent finish. The finish itself is called transparent grey, although it looks almost like a transparent, almost greeny, I don't know, greeny black on the front. The back is indeed black, and just moving on to the hardware, we've got a couple of Seymour Duncan, sort of USA Seymour Duncan pickups. In the neck, we've got the Duncan SH2, the Jazz. In the bridge, we've got the Floyd rose-spaced Duncan TB4, which is the JB model. They're paired to a master volume, a master tone down here, a three-way switch, which does bridge, and then bridge and neck, and a Jackson licensed low-profile Floyd Rose trem. As far as the specs go, that's it. Obviously the back plates, one for the Floyd and one for the electronics, and there's not much more to say as far as specs go. As far as plus points, this guitar is now rare. Jackson moved all production of the Pro Series in about, I think maybe 2011 or 2012 to, I think, Indonesia or China, and these Pro Series guitars were made in Japan, in my opinion, to a much higher standard of craftsmanship. It makes this guitar rare, and it just means that this sort of instrument is something you're not likely to see in the future. It's a pro level instrument. The fret ends are perfect. You can run your hand down the neck and not feel a single thing stab you in your palm, which is great. When this was launched, it sat one notch below Jackson's domestic line, which is the USA made guitars, which cost in excess of £1,500 for a model similar to this. Yeah, they were basically the first line, or the premier line, from the import models. Obviously they featured sort of top level hardware, like Duncan pickups. They featured really nice wood from the body. This is a very resonant guitar, quite bright obviously because of the alder and maple combination, but it sounds fantastic. If you want to shred, if you want to play hard rock, hard metal, especially any of that 80s stuff where players were using superstrats like these all over the place, it will sound great. It can also clean up really well because obviously these pickups are passive, and you have a lot of control, especially in the tone control. You can really roll it down and get a thick, fat, almost jazzy tone. The cons of this instrument are pretty much, in my opinion, the Floyd Rose. The arm is loose, which means that it kind of hangs like an Ibanez Edge trem would. If you want a tight arm, you're going to have to get a new one, unfortunately, which will set you back about £20. Doesn't bother me because I don't use the Floyd at all. It's stable, I've tested it, the return to pitch is great, and obviously when set up properly these things hold tune perfectly. At the moment it's strung with 9 through to 42 strings and tuned to E standard. As far as dings in the body, there are virtually none. There are a few slight surface ones, but nothing that the camera will pick up, and you'd have to really look for them. It's testament to the finish of these instruments that it doesn't really, unless you smash it against something, get chipped, get dinged. As far as the cons, I think that's it. The hardware really is in immaculate condition. There's no extensive wear on any of this, and as I said earlier, the frets are perfect. All of this is going for £400. At the moment, the new Jackson Pro line Dinkies are selling for about £590 at most retailers. This virtually new, barely worn in Jackson, made to a high standard, obviously, as I mentioned, in Japan, at £400 is an absolute steal. You're getting £120 worth of pickup, quality maple, quality order, and quite frankly a very rare looking guitar, because you don't get this combination of dark wood with the flame maple and the light sort of maple neck anymore. I don't think the new colour combinations for the Pro Series Jacksons are anywhere as good as these. Obviously it's an iconic headstock shape, it's an iconic brand, and if you want to shred, if you're a lead player, even if you like playing heavy rhythm, or even just heavy rock, this is the lead player's sort of dream. It really is. There's not much more to say other than I've got this listed on Gumtree in the London area. I'm not going to deliver it sort of via courier or put it through the post. I prefer cash on collection. I'm not going to accept PayPal either. I need, people to come, play the guitar, feel it in their hands, and pay up front, because that's just how I work, and that's how Gumtree should work. If you've got any questions with regards to any, thing about spec or anything about the guitar, just ask in the comment section or contact me via Gumtree. If you're serious about buying, just don't be scared to email me or text me on Gumtree. I don't bite. I've made this video so you can see that I'm a genuine dude, actually with the guitar. I don't have time for time wasters or scammers, because quite frankly I'm a busy man, and this is a fantastic guitar at a fantastic price. So I don't know, not much more to say other than don't hesitate to ask me questions. That's it. Just to remind you, this is a Jackson Pro Series Dinky, the DK2M model. Fantastic piece of kit, fantastic for shred, fantastic for metal. Just peace out.